Okay, celestial message event story. So the first chapter is his ordinary day. Let's see what that is about. Okay, here we are. His birthday. Oh, we have Jeremiah. Oh gosh. Is he gonna help us plan? Tell me, Jeremiah, have you made a fake ID for Xavier before? That's right. Ooh.
Why do you ask?
Because we need to know if he was born and raised in Lincoln, I guess. We're standing outside of Philo after I pose my question. Jeremiah's hand that's in the middle of trimming a provision tree started trembling. We want to know his birthday, that's why. Jeremiah and I directed our gazes to the radiant figure sitting serenely amid a cluster of flowers behind a glass door. Well, obviously it's because 3 days ago, the association issued a notice for everyone to renew their hunter license. During this process, I caught a glimpse of Xavier's information in the system. I noticed in the birthday column, the date listed is October 16th, which is fast approaching. I want to celebrate his birthday in a meaningful way, assuming, of course, the date is real.
So that's why. You could have told me earlier. I almost ruined the tree.
Uh-oh. Seemingly relieved, Jeremiah continues trimming.
I don't think you can fake a birth date on a hunter's license. It's definitely legitimate.
If you say so. Including the year and the date, are you sure? Yeah, not quite. But we have to keep that a secret. Because I think they made a fake ID.
Someone like him would remember his birthday?
I think they made a fake ID, but I don't think his birthday is like not accurate. When they landed on Lincoln. I turn around only to see the radiant figure still sitting with the flowers. And there goes Xavier. With Jeremiah's confirmation, I hold up the prune provision tree. I carry it back to its original spot, which is next to Xavier. He looks at me, then at the tree, and quietly pulls out a small stool from beneath a nearby potted plant, placing it behind me.
So, we're here on our day off just to take care of this tree?
I'm glad he caught on. Maybe take care of somebody else, actually, but yeah. We're gonna use the tree as an excuse. Sometimes it's nice to see these lively plants, right? As Xavier reaches out to touch a leaf, specks of light appear around him. They gracefully float up. I look at his face, and the question Jeremiah asked me lingers in my mind. Do you know what day the 16th of the month is?
The 16th. Is it a work day?
No. Think about it some more.
The anniversary of Bunny's Hot Pot, the release date for the newest episode of Super Hunters, International Harmless Small Wanderer Protection Day.
They're all correct. There's one more you're missing. After a moment of silence, Xavier eventually turns his gaze toward the provision tree beside him.
The day this provision tree is revitalized?
Seriously? You really don't remember your own birthday, do you?
Oh,
He's just like, oh, like, it's a regular day for him. I know some people think that way, like their birthdays or other people's birthdays are just like a regular day for them. Not everybody, unfortunately, is able to celebrate their birthday like others the way that should be celebrated. But yeah, Xavier freezes, then he returns to being nonchalant. He's like, okay.
October 16th comes around every year. Even if I forget it this year, there's always next year.
Oh,
It's as
don't be
normal
like
as any
that.
other day.
Oh, see, like a normal day. But yeah, he seems more excited about the other stuff for today, you know, of the day, but not his birthday. Who talks about their birthday like that? How did you celebrate it before?
I don't remember. I probably slept until I woke up in the morning. Then I spent the afternoon reading. And at night, I took care of the plants on the balcony and observed the stars. I also might have head out to fight some wanderers.
Just what
That's
we might
about
do in the next birthday, his second birthday. It really is no different from any other day. I see. I'll pick out a book that we can read together on the 16th. To avoid raising Xavier's suspicions, I throw out a decoy idea, then quietly start sketching out a birthday plan in my mind. To my surprise, he seems to accept my proposal willingly. He nods and holds out his hands toward me. What are we about to do? A light evolve situation? No.
All right then. It's settled.
We're gonna get you your book, and we're gonna read for your birthday. I wonder if she's really gonna get a book, right? Might as well, like a comic book or something. Okay, so that was chapter 1. Chapter 2 is a letter from the past. Ooh, is it from Jeremiah? Or did MC wrote this and was waiting for his birthday to give him this letter? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so we're at MC's place, it seems. While I have meticulously planned every detail, I decided to make Philo the first stop for his birthday party. He gave me flowers for the first time at Philo, so I should do something for him there in return. Oh, look at you, MC. That's pretty much all I need to set up the venue. I wonder what flowers she's gonna give him. I look at the coffee table before me. It's covered with big rabbit-shaped balloons and a balloon pump I purchased from the store earlier. I rummage through the cabinet and take out the star lights we hung up during one of our camping trips. But something's missing. Is it something or someone? That is the question. After looking around, I spot the plushies from Twinkle Toys. They're arranged on a nearby shelf, their cheerful expressions greeting me with delight. After hesitating for a moment, I make my way to the desk and pick up the plushies Xavier and I had gotten from the claw machines. Now, who got the plushies? Because Xavier, with the claw machines, my Xavier at least, can barely get any plushies. The only one who can get me plushies is Zane, my Zane with the claw machine. And that's pretty much it. All the other guys do not get me any plushies. Now, and I mean, like, a lot of times when I let them take a turn, they barely give me any plushies, okay? But Zane, most of the time when I let him go ahead, even though he doesn't want to, to the claw machine, but he does get me plushies, and especially when he uses evolve. But Xavier, it's not really good with the plushies. Raphael never wants to give me a turn, and when he does, he does. And lately now, he's been getting me plushies, but before, he always used to want to take my turn, not ask before if I want to use the claw machine. He would usually just go first, and then don't get me the plushies, and don't get me the plushies that I want or need. He just choose whichever one. He barely asks me which one. And then when I ask for the turn back, he barely gives me, unless I'm down to 2 turns, then he gives me the last 2. But lately now, he hasn't been like slacking off too badly, but Zane has been, at least my Zane, has been the best in getting the plushies for me. The other guys, not that great. I guess they can be the witnesses to our shared memories. They might come in handy later. Uh-oh, that's Xavier. I wonder how he looks. You better not come with the hoodie or the sweater, sir. You better come up with something good. What you're wearing today. I put the plushies on the desk and quickly walk over to open the door. And to my surprise, didn't I tell you not to wear that? I know that's your comfort sweater, sir, but you have other clothes, okay? Xavier, why are you here and why are you wearing that here?
Your package was delivered to my place.
Right. How much you want to bet that it was actually delivered to us and Xavier saw the package act like it was delivered to him to give it to us himself? Or he must have threatened the delivery person to take the package away from him to give it to us. How much you want to bet? Okay. Oh, I forgot. I'm nonchalant too. Oh, I forgot to change the shipping address. And then when MC checked, she's gonna realize she didn't change the shipping address. It's actually the way that I said it happened. That's what happened. MC, it's not you. It's not you. It's not. How come you're not letting me in? Oh, that's what he said. No, we'll just take it from you, sir, and you can just go about your business. You don't have to worry about no more packages. You don't have to threaten the postman anymore for our packages. I take another step to ensure he can't see my living room. Careful, MC, before he barges in and get jealous of the plushies you have hidden. It's been a while since I cleaned up, so everything's messy right now. I don't want to ruin your good impression of me.
I'll get going then.
Yeah, you do that. Hey, wait. I reach out and stop Xavier. Can I borrow something from you? Oh, so we go to his
Did you come over to my
place.
place to do some shopping?
Maybe. Although Xavier and I could borrow as many things as I want, he still appears puzzled when he sees me carrying plushies.
Why do you need so many?
Because it's a secret. You'll find out later. Hold on, what is that? I approach his bookcase and look at the neatly arranged stack of photos from Twinkle Photo Booth. Seems like you really like to go to the Twinkle Toys store. And upon getting a closer look, I realized there's a picture of us. Ooh. They might be useful too. As I reach for these photos, ready to examine the finer details, a hand swiftly snatches them away. Ah! He said, "Don't take my
Are you
pictures."
going to take them all? You can't do that.
Why?
What if you end up losing the photos?
Can you use your evolve to make copies? You know, use your, I don't know, light evolve to make copies of the photos? How do I look like the type of person who doesn't take good care of some things, somebody else's belongings?
It's hard to say.
Oh, it's a shame. The trust between two people can be instantly broken, all because of some photos.
These aren't just any photos. They're photos of us.
Yeah.
Each one is unique.
Yeah, they carry memories. I understand. Even though Xavier sounds convincing, I know something's off with his actions. Xavier, are you hiding something from me? Now we're accusing you of being suspicious. Xavier averts his gaze as if I exposed his secret. And since the opportunity has presented itself, I quickly take the photos from him. MC. Not you stealing from him. I mean, my eyes widens as I look at him. In these photos, I either have my eyes closed or I'm making a funny face. I'm even blurry in some. Xavier, why are you keeping all these unflattering photos of me? Did you agree to delete them? No.
Actually, I made another copy of them.
How many? Well, he can hand over those extra copies.
Besides, they're not unflattering at all. They're vivid and dynamic.
Xavier, like, I want every angle, every imperfection, you know, of your photos. Every photos, it doesn't matter if you were photobombed, he's not going to delete it. Meeting my gaze with his assurance, Xavier exudes an air of conviction. It makes me believe he's genuinely praising me. It's hard to hold on to my anger in moments like these. Still, I tuck the photos into my pocket and pretend to be annoyed. I'll hold on to them for now. Okay, the first stop of the birthday party is almost done in terms of preparations, but the event after is what's important, unfortunately. Where should we go? What will we do once we're there? Xavier is hard to figure out. As I toss and turn in bed, my mind racing, a knock at the front door interrupts me once more. Is it Xavier again? Should I just ask him directly? Yet what I get at the door is a letter. Oh, is it Xavier giving me a letter? Or, MC? I sit cross-legged on the bed, inspecting the unsigned envelope that has yellowed with age. It clearly been around for a few years. Oh, so it must be a letter that Xavier was holding, probably wrote and kept for a long time, waiting for his opportunity to give it to MC, right? Weird, the address is correct. But who would have write a letter to me in this day and age? Even more surprising than getting this letter is that it's Xavier's handwriting. Oh, so I thought it was gonna be MC holding a letter, making a letter, holding it for so long to give it to him, but it's actually the other way around. However, most of the ink has bled through the paper, leaving only 2 lines barely legible. Change is a fickle friend. Construction sites sprout faster than flowers. Even the post office will be closed down. Sounds like a hint or a riddle. Maybe I'll be in the process of finding a new place to live in next spring. Oh no. Not saying next spring. Maybe I'll be in the process of finding a new place to live in next spring. Oh no. Remember, because I think Xavier's what you call it, his interview or like trailer, he was like he has a few days left for spring. And so like he's bringing this up around his birthday. The letter bears a signature date from the past, October 16th, one of his previous birthdays. But why would he send it to me? Was it a mistake? What is he trying to say in this letter? Did he want to tell me something? 2 lines before me provide little information. I cannot grasp the meaning behind this letter. Yet an inexplicable feeling of solitude intertwined with the passage of time emanates from the paper and envelopes me. As my gaze shifts to the bottom right corner, the postage stamp indicates the letter came from a nearby town. After thinking about it, I decided to explore this town on my own. Let's go explore and find out where this town is and such. Yeah. On the weekend before Xavier's birthday, I took a solo train trip to Moonfall Bay, the small town mentioned in the letter. Oops. At first, I planned to experience the scenery Xavier once saw with his own eyes. But against all odds, I, with the help of the locals, successfully located the time post office mentioned in the letter that was closing down back then. It actually reopened recently. An employee walks out from the back room, probably because they heard the door being pushed.
Are you here to send a letter?
Oh, we're trying to find... We obviously know as Xavier, but we're trying to find where he sent it from. I nod and take the paper and pen he offers. I wonder if Xavier walked into the post office on a sunny day just like today. Did he send the letter like this? As I gaze at the ink station on the desk, an image of him sitting here emerges in my mind. Before I realize it, the setting sun casts its gentle rays through the old window. It bathes the letter I had finished writing in its warm glow. I fold the paper into thirds before tucking it into the envelope. With colored markers, I draw a personalized postage stamp for him in the bottom right corner of the envelope.
You haven't filled in the address yet.
When I give the envelope to the employee, he glances at the empty address field. Do you have a P.O. box here? I'll come back and get it on the 16th. After putting the key, its surface engraved with the word time into my pocket, I leave the post office engulfed in the gold light of the setting sun. Huh? That's Xavier calling? Oh, that is him.
Do you want to have some hot pot at my place tonight?
Ooh, sure. Okay, see you. Was that the picture I picked for him? I don't remember if that was the picture. Oh, and here we are. As I pick up a meatball from the hot pot, I sneak a glance at Xavier. You're suspicious, sir. He's wholeheartedly engrossed in his meal.
Where did you go today?
Oh, nowhere. Just don't worry. We were just home all day. How do you know I wasn't at home? Now, MC. Now you have to do all this explaining of where you went.
I found a really interesting comic today, and was wondering if you wanted to read it on the 16th.
Maybe. We have plans on the 16th.
I knocked on your door, but no one answered.
Well, then again, I take it back, MC. It was good that you didn't, like, lie. But now you still have to explain where you went. He's actually taking it seriously. Does he not think staying at home and reading is a bit underwhelming for his birthday? No. At his face, and I look at his face, and for some reason, I think about the letter in the photo on his hunter's license.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're cute. You don't like us staring, but you be side-eyeing us. Or looking at, glancing at the corner of your eyes, sir. Sneakily. And you Xavier girlies eat it all up when he does that. When he like glances over. While you looking away. Anyways, he speaks with his mouth full of meatballs, his cheeks puffed out. Don't eat with your mouth full, sir. Oh wait, hold on here. I was trying to... There we go. Oh, I like that we show our hand. Because they rarely show this like this, right? I know the guys come up close to you, but they really show us our hand grabbing them sometimes on screen like this. Reading, right? Or that's just me. I probably have been paying attention while reading through to notice, right? Because I know they come up close. I know they come up close to us when we read, you know, and they're like doing little animations. But rarely they show our MC hand like grabbing them and stuff. They need to do that a lot more. I know in Death and Rebirth, they were adding little animation without doing like a full-on cutscene animation. But yeah, they need to show our MC hand a little bit more when we hold their hand and stuff. In these dialogues like this. Anyways, I gently cradle his face in my hands, allowing my gaze to linger as I take a thorough look. How long ago was the license made? His face hasn't changed at all.
Are you trying to make a rice ball here?
Yeah. Because you want to puff your cheek and talking while you have meatball aim. I'm checking to see if you're wearing a mask under this one. Oh, you're trying to see if he's Lemire or Xavier, right?
Well, what's your conclusion?
Me or Lemire? Which one do you guys pick? Xavier or Lemire? Choose wisely. Touching your face is nice. It's like a soft pom-pom. Ooh, it must be really soft. Right?
meatballs in the hot pot are delicious. Eat those.
Xavier puts a fishball in my bowl before he lowers his head and continues enjoying his meal. I glance at the date on my phone screen. My anticipation continues to build as we get closer to the 16th. Oh, we're staying up until the time that goes into his... We're staying up all night until the next day turns into his birthday. I get it. Anyways, all right. We're on the last chapter, chapter 4. Happy birthday, Xavier. Let's see the reveal. And before we get into the chapter, this is how my cake looks like for Xavier's birthday. I already did his cake last year, so this is how his cake looks like. This is the cake I came up with to create for his birthday for last year. So now we're gonna see how it looks when reading the chapter and we show it to him. So here we go. Final chapter. As soon as the morning of October 16 arrives, I head to Xavier's place and knock on his door. I thought he'd still be sleeping, but to my surprise, he's awake. That's good, he got enough sleep. Have you been waiting long?
Not at all. I just put together some great books for you to choose from.
Okay. Xavier turns around, his gaze shifting to the stack of books on the desk. Meanwhile, my attention is drawn to the white hoodie he's wearing. Yeah, take that off. Take that off. I knew you'd wear this today. That's me. That's me. I would say it like that. But a little bit more aggressive and having a little bit more of an attitude. Yeah. Oh Lord, I pull out the casual suit that I prepared for him. In one smooth motion, I push him toward his closet.
Do I have to dress up like this for reading?
Yeah. And for the whole entire day. So, despite not understanding my intention, Xavier still cooperates. I then hand over another item I prepared, which makes him more confused.
Can you actually read a book while wearing a sleep mask?
Yeah, let's try it. Since you like to sleep a lot, maybe you can see while you sleep, right? Sleepwalking, I don't know. Sleep reading. I'm really surprised he really trusted MC to guide him through to walk all the way to Philo. I let Xavier still wearing a sleep mask to Philo. When he takes it off, he finds himself surrounded by a sea of flowers. Happy birthday! The vibrant and diverse selection of blossoms alongside rabbit-shaped balloons fills the space around him. All these decorations were set up by Jeremiah and yesterday. After Jeremiah offered his good wishes, he quickly found an excuse to leave. Now in the greenhouse that was once lively, it's just the two of us. Thank you, Jeremiah, for being the wingman.
Is this what you've been doing?
Yep. Yeah, after all, you can read books and any other day, but birthdays only happen once a year. You know, after all this, later on, we could read books. I could read you a bedtime story, but right now, we're gonna have some fun. Right? So however, as I prepare to get the cake from the cart, Xavier stops me. Oh, excuse me, sir. What is?
Shouldn't you say something before we eat the cake?
Happy birthday! Right? I only planned for Philo to be the first stop, so emotional words are supposed to be saved for later. However, his sudden straightforwardness catches me off guard, leaving me flustered and unsure of how to respond. Even after a few seconds pass in silence, he still waits for my response. Oh, so demanding for his birthday. I feel the weight of his gaze when we make eye contact. You said before that October 16 isn't anything special, because even if you forget it this year, there's always next year. I understand that celebrating a birthday might just be a number going up by 1 to you. And some experiences, whether long or short, are just ordinary parts in the span of our lengthy lives. But in my eyes, the Xavier that I see on October 16th this year is who he is right now. The one I'll see next year will be his future self. We're not worrying about springtime, okay? We're gonna see each other every spring, no matter which Xavier he is. Xavier or Lemire, you know, or Dark Knight Xavier, you know. Anyways, I want to cherish every moment with him, as he holds a special place in my heart. Aww, NC. Love your speech, girl. Under Xavier's affectionate gaze, I gently lift the cake from the cart and hold it up. Oh, happy birthday, Xavier! Happy birthday! Right? This is the cake I made for him. So we're gonna sing happy birthday to him. All right, here we go. Let's sing happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Xavier. Happy birthday to you. Okay, there we go. Happy birthday, Xavier.
I enjoyed that. Will you sing happy birthday for me next year?
Yes, on his second birthday. We will. All right. Blow out the candles. Are you going to close your eyes?
I don't know what I'll wish for, but looking at you might give me some inspiration.
I hope so. I love the sound of that, sir. Yeah, that's the key of me.
Okay, I know what to do now.
Uh-oh, they're gonna kiss.
I have a serious expression on my face. When anything involves you, I'll always be serious about it.
We know that. Wishes and blessings rose with the smoke, drifting into the distance, seizing the moment. I scoop up a spoonful of cake and hold it out to him. This is the tastiest part of the cake.
I can see that. I'm ready.
Sensing Xavier's eagerness, a mischievous impulse washes over me. Actually, I've changed my mind. Let me try it first. Girl, if you don't just give it to him, you know. Yeah. Oh, don't close your eyes, sir. Open them back up. All right, there we go. Boom. Okay, I pull back my hand and pretend I'm going to eat the cake. Suddenly, Xavier leans in and devours the spoonful.
It's delicious.
Of course, as I said, this is the best part. I put a lot of thought into making it. My hands are sore from making this cake. Oh, she put her heart and soul,
from now on.
blood, sweat, and tears into this cake. Let me do it for you for now. No, sir. Nah. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you, sir. We'll do it. We'll make it ourselves, or we'll order for somewhere else. Not you doing it. Stay out the kitchen, Xavier. Stay out the kitchen. Okay? We can talk about that later, right? And see.
But it's my birthday today. Shouldn't you be listening to me?
Yes, but that is the only exception. Not be doing that. You don't have to worry. Xavier, when do you learn to boss people around? Right.
Just now.
Oh, excuse me. That's surprisingly upfront of you. Alright, what else do you want to do? I'll try and see if I can make it happen.
I'd like to have another bite of the cake to see if it's the best part.
The cake? It was made for you anyway. It's all yours. And more. Before I can finish, Xavier takes the cake with one hand and places the other on my waist. The distance between us disappears instantly.
Is this birthday cake the only thing that's mine?
Maybe. It depends. I have yet to open my mouth to respond as Xavier's smile disappears. His gaze takes on a touch of seriousness.
As you said, some experiences, whether long or short, are just ordinary parts in the span of my lengthy life. But that isn't completely true. For me, those experiences have two categories: my time with you and my time without you.
A gentle breeze enters and fills the room with the sweet, intoxicating scent of flowers.
My time with you will always be memorable.
Stop.
So memorable that nothing compares to it.
The words these guys say, you pulling on my heartstrings. For real.